Well, welcome to the Goat Shed. We're back. Spanky and I arrived back home in Australia at 8 a.m. on Tuesday, November 1. And Spanky, here he is, he's with his family. There's Spanky giving Skanky a kiss, and there's Reg in the background. Notice Reg, he's a bit harder walking. I think he had a big night on the drink. So it's great to be home, but look, we had a fabulous time in America. I've just spent probably the last hour and a half telling Graham what went on. But it's back to business as usual now. I guess I still got a bit of jet lag, so away we go. Now, first of all, once again, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to give us the encouragement to keep making more super cool videos for you. And this is our usual what's happening in the Goat Shed in November. And I can tell you we've got a heap of work to do. So while I was away, I'll give you a look in a minute. A lot's happened here. For argument's sake, we've just got a brand new stereo. There it is over there. No, it's not brand new second hand. With 5 speakers, there's one there, and 4 up here on there and over there. So 5 speaker stereo system. That's pretty cool. So that was part payment for a job we did on a machine from a guy, and he came in and wired it all up. So thanks very much for that, Mark. Okay, so down to business. What have we got happening? Let's sort of tell you what. So we've got a high hand to do. Now that's had a brand new cabinet made, where this morning we're about to do the head box, or the mechanisms in the head box, and we've got to do the motor board and everything, and it's actually going to have another playfield put in it. So that's sort of a way still getting done. So that's on the list to do. We've still got a blue chip bingo to finish. We're going to get stuck into that and get into that. So all up, we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 jobs on the go at the moment. Now, we're not going to get these finished before Christmas, because everyone knows we take our time with these and we only work half a day, and we want to do a good job, so we do everything correctly. You know, our philosophy is do it once, do it right. Now, I emphasise that, I think, in my talk at Pinball Expo, and a lot of people came up to me and said, you know what, you're right. And particularly my philosophy with stepper units, you pull them out of the machine, get them on the bench, and you'll fix them up and you'll never have to bother with them again. Now, I get it. A lot of people don't want to do that. They want to band-aid it, repair, because they're going to sell the machine, move it on, flip it, whatever they're going to do. But that's just our philosophy here in the Goat Shed, and it works. So there we go. So after high hand and the blue chip bingo, we have a beach club bingo being brought in. I think that's going to arrive here next Saturday morning. So it won't get done for a little while, but the owner knows that, but they're still prepared to bring it up. We've got an Icarus. I just can't remember who made that one. Let me think about that for a second. So yeah, Graham's in the background. He told me it's resell. So that's Icarus. Now we've got a guy has rang us up. He's either got a surf champ or a surfer. He's going to drop in. They rang at about the same time, so we'll have to fit that in sometime. We do have another surfer, which we've spoken about before, which all the parts have finally arrived from America while I was away. We'll get into that. But straight after blue chip, we've got Central Park. Everyone's seen that Central Park, so the owner wants us to put that back together and get it happening. We've got a target pool to do. That's a pretty big job. We've got to put a whole new... We had to strip down a trip bank in that, and I think that's the target trip bank. And we got a new one. You would have seen that. It all got re-chromed. That's target pool. We've got a quick draw cabinet to do. That's sitting out the back now. And I'm not sure if we've got to put that back together. We've got a close encounters electromechanical to do. Of course, we don't do solid state. And we've got a bowling queen. But probably the bowling queen and one or two of those others, they're just no time before Christmas. Before you know it, Christmas will be here. And off we go. Now, Graham's been very busy while I've been away, tidying up the goat shed and things like that. So we've just showed you the new stereo we've got, and that's great, thanks. So let's see what else has been more or less happening while I've been away in America with all my American pinball friends. So already people are asking, when are we coming back? You know, we may be making a trip in 2 years' time, but that remains to be seen. I've got to save a lot of money up. It cost a ton of money to come over this time because of the exchange rate. But needless to say, it had to be done. So let's have a little walkthrough now and see what else has been going on. Okay, so this has come in since I've been away. This is like a sample cutout done on a CNC machine. Any of you that were lucky enough to receive a Spanky plate while I was in America, that'll be painted in the same colours, and that's a large one. We're having one made for each of our doors out there, and they'll all be painted. That's made out of melamine, I think, so it's not real waterproof, but that should look pretty cool. We'll probably hang this one up inside. So our good friend Steve, the cabinet maker, organised that for us, so thanks Steve, we appreciate that. That's as heavy as hell, that. I tried to lift it with one hand and I had to get Graham to move it. So what you're looking at here is another high hand. You will recall one of the first cabinet jobs was a high hand. This was the second. There was a few delays with this one, with parts and things, but they've all arrived now and we're into it. So new back box, brand new cabinet. I think the guy's got brand new legs for it. A brand new back glass just recently arrived. There it is there. So that should be a treat, and there's all the bits and pieces inside that we've got to get. So we're going to pull that head box off this morning and pull the mechanism out and sit it on the bench. So where that wall is, there used to be an old shelf. That's been moved now, and that's going to allow us more room. Now this is the front shed we had done up. Unfortunately, the electrician has been a bit busy and hasn't been able to get back and put in the lights and power points, but hopefully that'll happen soon. All the shelves, Graham's tidied them up, making it a lot easier for us to see things. We know what we've got, but we sometimes had trouble getting it, so that's all done. Two brand new cabinets here. One's for quick draw, and I can't remember what the other one's for. Which is it, Graham? Target pool. Oh yeah, target pool. Remember we spoke about target pool, that's right. So they're brand new, all good to go. They've all got to be painted. We'll put the artwork on the decals. There's an old NCR cash register. Now I have a bit of a background with those, so a friend of ours wants that looked at. Not sure when I'll get round to that, but it actually works. It just needs all cleaning up and lubricating, possibly some adjustments. That's that shelf we've moved down here. That was the one that was on the back wall. That's quite an old shelf. And there's the Central Park. Everyone remembers that. I think the owner wants to get that painted, so we'll probably do that for him. Now apparently while I've been away, it's been raining quite heavily, on and off for pretty well since the end of September till October. Lovely sunny day today. Inside the house they're getting a bit of work done. Graham's brother has recently moved in with him. So there's a skip bin out there with a whole bunch of trash in it. Everyone can see that's a lovely day. We're going to start doing apron decals. We bought a few of these for people, I should say aprons, not apron decals. If the people bought the decals, we're going to do those and paint them and clean them up. They're a bit rusty and they've got new decals they've bought. There's some new legs there for a game. So that's sort of what's happening in the goat shed at the moment. Like I was away for 5 weeks and 3 days, which is a fair time, but everyone's seen that I think before. I managed to be able to buy some tools when I was in the States. Just extra things that we need. We find it very hard to get anything Imperial. So there's Graham sitting there thinking about what we're going to do for the day. Going to go to the pub, he says. And I've just been telling him, as I said, all about our trip. And he's very excited and hoping that he can get over there one day as well. But as I said, it's very, very expensive. indeed, to go to America at the moment. So that's what's happening in the goat shed. I don't envisage that we can fit any more work in, only maybe, you know, the odd breakdown. Someone, I think Graham fixed a kingpin up for a guy. It was just a permanently closed switch on a relay.
On the job Wall's End too.
Yeah, and it was only 5 minutes away from the goat shed. As everyone knows, we rarely do service calls, but sometimes we've got to do it. And that just reminded me, a guy rang up yesterday. He's got a pro football that he wants done. So goodness knows when we'll get that done. And he's got something, a king cool as well. And that's not very far away either. So we might go and have a look at his king cool for him, but his pro football needs to come in. So what else can we say or do? Not a lot. I think at this point we'll end this video, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe, and let me assure you we'll now start, after our Spanky Does USA tour, we'll now start on our repair videos. We'll probably do one on, we might even do one on this high hand and see how we go, and we'll do one on Surfer/Surf Champ. So once again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to give us the big thumbs up for our videos. We greatly appreciate that. Don't we, Spank? And this has been another Goat Shed presentation.